This next podcast is going to talk about artistry. There are two sides of the brain, the right and the left brain. The left brain is in charge of analytical processing, and the right brain is in charge of synthetic, in other words, global perspective and artistic qualities. I actually had this tested, and I'm about 60-40, right to left, very closely match both sides. I think to be a good surgeon and a good artist, you have to have a little bit of both sides. Sometimes you don't see the forest from the trees. Sometimes you don't see the big picture. And for example, my weaknesses would be organizational skills, managerial capacity. I've got Amanda is just an amazing organizer and has incredible vision as well. I think her brain is pretty well balanced from the right and left. I want to talk about why artistry is so important. When I do paintings, for example, I just did a painting last night and it was terrible. The colors I thought were going to work did not work. The lines don't look right. It's an abstract piece that has some level of representational qualities to it, but the representation was poor. Bottom line, the whole thing, it was bad. And so what I have an innate eye to look at something and say, does it look natural? Does it look attractive? What are the priority zones that need to be done? And that level of artistry that you hear so many people talk about. Yes, I've done all the logos for my building, all the signage for the building, the business cards, the brochures, the illustrations for my textbooks, the website design. People say, hey, I love your website design. Well, I designed it, and I'm redesigning it, the hair one right now, and I've designed every part of it. I just have someone execute on that. I've done all the paintings for my office. I'm just starting right now another 12 canvases for the back of the office. I'm building a home, and in that home, I'm constantly building new things. I'm in charge of all the furniture design, looking at the layouts, lighting design. All those components are what I'm focused on. So art is such a fundamental part of my life. I have an innate ability to see something that looks right or wrong. It just, I look at a lot of my colleagues' work, and a lot of them I very much respect. Technically, it looks good, but aesthetically, it doesn't look attractive. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't look correct. And it uses that right brain that's so fundamental in terms of looking at something, whether it just looks or feels right to you. And, priorities. I mean, we all have limited budgets. We can't just throw money out the window. We have to figure out what matters. And so my passion is when I see someone, I will help them say, this is really where you need to focus your energy. This is really where it needs to go. And you've heard me in a previous podcast talk about green, yellow, and red lights. Green light means this is where you need to focus on. Please spend the money here. Yellow light means, it's going to help a little bit, but may not be worth your money. And a red light means, no, you're not going to get that because that's not only a waste of money, but dangerous. It's going to look bad. It's going to make you look fake. It's going to make you look unbalanced or imbalanced. And that is so critical, is to have that level of artistry. And artistry is my passion. It is the reason I get out of bed in the morning. I love thinking about art. I love to go to see an art museum. A lot of people would hate to go see an art museum because it's boring to them. It's not something that's in their DNA. They just think it's a waste of time. All the products I've worked on, I designed the logo, I designed the box, I designed the color scheme, the way the product feels in your hand, everything. I mean, every component of it, from the ingredients, the smell of it, I'm focused. Sometimes it takes me a year, 2 years. I'm working on hair loss shampoos. And right now it's been, we're in the end of October 2019. And I'm going back to the drawing board. I'm not happy. I'm starting over again. So these processes take a long time. But, artistry is something that is so hard to qualify to describe it. But it is a fundamental part of why you choose me, whether I'm doing facial or hair work. And in my hair podcast, I'll be related to this one. I'm going to talk about the creativity component of all this. But I'm just focusing in general about beauty and artistry and understanding all those components. So I'll go more into depth about how I design my art, but I just wanted to give you a taste of artistry and how it's just a component of who I am as a person and what I perform for you.